to WDC's 6th anniversary celebration. Happy birthday, WDC. I'm Natalie Hopkinson. I'm one of the co-founders at WDC, along with Ronald Moten. We are really excited about this journey that started exactly 6 years ago with some people who needed to learn something about what go-go music is, all the way to the creation of the GoGo Museum and Cafe. It's an incredible journey. And so grateful. I mean, there's so much that I could say. One of the things that we wanted to just talk a little bit about is that, you know, one of our next big initiatives is going to be celebrating the 50th anniversary of GoGo. All right. Yes. And there's Miss Barry. It's Cora Masters-Barry. All right. GoGo Museum, GoGo Music. She's thrown me off here. GoGo Music was created in 1976 by the godfather of go-go, Chuck Brown. And as you can see in the family tree exhibit downstairs, he will tell you that he stole those rhythms from Los Latinos. Yeah. He actually played in a band called Los Latinos and took some of those rhythms. And so we've been really proud to tell you one of our partners that we've used to be able to activate that shared history is the Mayor's Office of Latino Affairs. So I would love, Edward Perdomo, if you could just say a few things.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Ron. And we're extremely happy to be here, celebrating with our brothers and sisters from Southeast, the 6th anniversary of WDC. And now more than ever, it's important to do these kind of things, this kind of like movement to activate the community fibers, right? Because some people are claiming that diversity, it doesn't add any value to our societies. Some people are trying to tear us apart as we speak right now. And without diversity, there would have been no go-go. As you just mentioned. Yeah. The godfather of go-go, Chuck Brown, used to play with the Latinos. He was to hang out in Unity Park, jam sessions, percussions, and he said that he stole it, but she just enhance, because that's culture. And I'm gonna take a phrase from the Anna Lion. There is not such a thing as a self-made man, right? We all collaborate, and the knowledge is shared. So thank you very much for having us. Yes. And we, with Ron, we're gonna keep working in expanding the horizons of our people in DC. We want people to know we're working in GoGo Salsa every single day at the Afro-Latino Festival. And we're gonna keep doing that. And I want to give a few words to my fellow director, Jackie Reyes-Yanes from the Community Affairs Office, and on behalf of Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Thank you. And we are DC, and as I was going through the walk of history here, I came here in 1990 when I was like a little girl from a 10-year-old, and I grew up in Mount Pleasant. But I had my share with Marion Barry, you know, that I came and I became part of Washington DC. I'm a product. You know, you could believe like in 1990 was rough to be in DC. You know, I got pregnant when I was 15. Don't ask me how. but I'm the full cycle, right? I came out, and then 30 years later, I was leading the mayor's office. I was the first Latina leader in the mayor's office on Latino affairs. And you know, so things come out from DC that are good, and we stand on the shoulders like Marion Barry. I used to work for Jim Graham. Jim Graham had the oversight of the mayor's office on Latino affairs. Yeah. But then he, you know, so I was 10 years old, so I thought in myself that I was black. Right? And all of that, right? And Marion told me this, Jackie, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are Latina. You know, and you gotta tell people that, right? And but now you're not only Latina, you're Salvadorian, and you gotta do for Salvadorians first. I used to sit with that man like 8 hours when he ended up as a council member. So I had my time with him. So and now that he's, like, you know, he passed to a better life, but the legacy lives in with us.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I was telling Maria Fernanda when I was looking through the history, I said he was loved. And I was like, because you know what, Marion Barry related to you. Like, you know, like he knew, he wanted to know what I ate, what was the pupusas from, and all of that about the Salvadorian community. And that was make him great and awesome. And then like to get this love, and the love is mutual, and like we have to keep reminding ourselves. That's why, doctor, I love this history, because I even saw like the riots over there. I mean, we're part of that, you know. And the mayor now, an African American woman that I admire her character and her conviction. Like nobody moves this woman. Like, you know, you may say, like, oh, she's not talking, she's not doing this, she's not. Hey, and I told her this, Madam Mayor, please believe that you're leading out of conviction that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And right now I'm asking all of you, let's keep her in our thoughts and our prayers, because it's not easy being a woman of color at that. Standing up for bullies, you know what I mean? Yes. And we just gotta keep her, letting her know you're doing the right thing. And you're gonna get us ahead. In 4 years, we're gonna be talking about that. She has been around this for 10 years. And then I'm like, hey, she did it during the COVID, and we're gonna do it again. But right now, we are not gonna be muted, right? Don't mute DC, because we're gonna have a long way to go, because we're stronger, and together, we're even stronger.
Yes.
Mil gracias.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I'm going to put Commissioner Barry on the spot. Please, Commissioner Barry, say something. What should we know about WDC at 6 years old?
Hi. I just stopped by to support the anniversary. I love this place. I want to give a lot of love to the work that Ron and Navi have done in putting this together. This is historic what they're doing here. As it relates to WDC, my story is very simple. I was coming in from Florida on a plane and was listening to the news, watching it, and I was hearing about what was going on. And I was so upset about it. When I got home, I found out Ron was having a meeting here. I came and I sat there. He didn't call on me, he didn't even talk to me. But I was ready to get in the fight about them people trying to shut our music down up there on 7th Street. I was going back and forth to Howard for years. I wasn't putting up with it. Yeah. So WDC to me is a real fight of our culture. It comes behind black churches being moved out of the city because of parking and the music and the loudness of the choirs. Yeah. And then here comes our go-go music, and no, we're not doing that. So I want to thank you all for this 6 years. You know, we're going to be here 60 years from now. And this place is going to be big. We're going to take the whole block.
Yes. That's right. That's right.
I know that's right.
Block. I want to say something real quick. We're going to have a conversation downstairs shortly, and then the band is going to come on. But it's important when we have these events for us to never leave without gaining something. I love to have the party, but we have what we call conversations and crank.
Yes.
Because we have to educate people and talk about our challenges and what we can do together as one. And there are a lot of things that happen during WDC that people never talk about. Like most people don't know, they were about to shut down a hospital for 160,000 people east of the river right before COVID. And we did a protest in the parking lot. Council members were calling us that night, and the next day the vote reversed. I don't think people understand how important that was for people east of the river, right? And we held it down because that was the Nurses Association, and she's here today. Now she's a council member. Yeah, she's a council member now, but we were organizing with this sister who called us in distress. and that's what it's all about. We're going to have a conversation about this because we want you all to understand the power that we have when we organize. Yeah. Like we have a lot of power and people want us to think. We don't. And that was the biggest thing about WDC. It was one of the much needed victories that we had in a long time. And it wasn't just me and Natalie and Tony Lewis, it was Mochella, it was everybody who came together and we tore down the barriers that had us brainwashed the thinking that we didn't have no power as a people. And it went from 80,000 signatures to 14th and U Street to 10,000 people in the streets.
Yep.
All right, that's the power we have when we all come together. And it can't be over. And just understand the last thing. What we can do, right, during the rest, when we being attacked, is come together. When we come together, what you see here, we can make this a renaissance in Anacostia, in Commerce Heights, in Deanwood, in Shaw, right? That's what we got to focus on. Don't focus on what somebody's trying to do to us. Let's focus on what we can do together.
Yeah.
All right? And we've had a conversation downstairs because the sister's here now, and we're going to party. So we're going to ask everybody to go downstairs. She left a a meeting with her community because this conversation was that important to her. Because you all got to hear the power that we have. The other thing, I see some brothers I'm working with in here. We're doing an event with Mike Epps at Malcolm X Park. It's going to be a big event about stopping the violence. See, it ain't all just about us. We pushing anything that's good.
That's right.
We pushing anything and everybody who's doing something good. So make sure y'all spread the word about that. So we're going to head downstairs and give DJ Flavor a round of applause, please.
Hey!
This guy was one of the real go-go DJs when he wasn't popular being a go-go DJ. He was called DJ Flavor back then. Go-Go Rudy. Yeah, that's right, Go-Go Rudy. He changed to DJ Flavor. There's a little controversy behind that, but it's like, nah, but if everybody can head downstairs, get you a plate if you like, head downstairs, then after that, we're gonna crank. And also with the crank, we got a surprise guest that's coming to the stage. I can't tell y'all who those guests are who are gonna get up there with the Experience Band. All I can do is tell you we got a surprise for y'all for coming out tonight. We love y'all. Natalie, you wanna close it out? Because Natalie gotta go. She got 10 meetings tonight.
Nothing that I love GoGo so much because GoGo is the people, and when people showed up shortly after Don't UDC, we won that victory, and people came and gave their crumpled dollar bills to support Ron's dream of a GoGo Museum. You have inspired me so much, and there's just nothing like it, you know? And so thank you all for the energy that you gave us to be able to create this new institution that we hope will be here forever, so that GoGo will never be muted,
Yes.
and GoGo will be making GoGo forever.
Yes.
So thank you.
All right.
If you left a phone in the bathroom, come see me. If you left your cell phone, come see me. Thank you.